always thought of myself as a Christian. I'm not certain that I even understood what the word disciple meant. I was basically asleep as a Christian. I was doing the things that I was told that I needed to do, but the zeal just wasn't there, and I never made those connections that, we call each other brothers and sisters, but do we really feel that way toward the Christians that are sitting around us in church? I remarried, and I met a man who had not been baptized for very long, and he was just on fire, and I'm thinking, why is he like that and I'm like this? He'd been going to these meetings and he was always revived. They would share things that, he couldn't even tell me about, and I envied that so much, and I felt like that if I could get some of that zeal and that closeness with other Christians, that would be a good thing for me. Even though a lot of my friends are Christian, we never had the connection. Our friendship didn't revolve around our Christianity. Shane had mentioned that to one of the men that attends the class, Tim Spry, and he mentioned it to his wife, Jill. She'd been in several of the Timothy Network classes and started some. So we started meeting, that's about 1.5 years ago. We met for maybe a couple of months each week, and we would have lunch, and we would study just a little bit, but mostly we would pray. And we just kind of let the Spirit guide us. So we wound up with 3 other women, different backgrounds, different ages, and it was just almost immediately, there was a connection formed, between the praying and studying the Bible together. But there was more than that, because we started opening up to each other. We hold each other accountable. We feel like that we can discuss the Bible and throw out things to each other about how we feel about a certain passage that we would never do in a church setting. In fact, I understand more now that as to be a Christian, we're supposed to try to conform ourselves in the image of Christ. That's easy to say, but to do that is a whole different ballgame. You think about something visual, but it's not visual. It's all on the inside. And has that really happened? Yes. It's just, I have a whole different outlook, even not just the people that I meet with and not just the people I go to church with, but even people that I see on the street, people that I see on TV. I'm not as judgmental. I'm not as asleep as I used to be. And I am so excited to get out there and make more disciples and to meet those people that can help me to be a better disciple.
So yeah, I got introduced to some friends that were, doing things that weren't very good. And I don't know exactly why that was attractive to me. I can't tell you. Before I knew it, I had just gotten overwhelmed with drinking and messing around with drugs, and it took over my life. It took over my life for many years. I think I started drinking in the early 80s. I got consumed by this darkness that comes with that kind of lifestyle. And I didn't think there was any way out. I really didn't. So I hit a bottom in 2012 and ended up at a treatment facility. First treatment facility I ever been to, never got help for my problem at all in all the years. The place that I went to introduced us to a program that was about God, and kind of introduced me to praying and believing in something besides me or alcohol or drugs. And I got on my knees in the treatment facility room crying, and I asked God to help me. I started to want to do better. I had some religion in my life, you know, that there was about 28 years there that I did, you know, that kind of lifestyle. So I had some religion in my life. Friends, family introduced me to different things. So I felt like that was a start. And then I just felt like this need to find other men that were believing this way that I wanted to believe, and started to feel in my heart. And it felt kind of like that was something I needed, and definitely desired. So I had been offered a job in Murfreesboro to work with men that had addiction problems. And I was asked to help open up a inpatient facility to help men through Christ overcome addiction with Steve Austin. Mike Bivens, I met, and Michael Jordan were having church at the building that we were doing this at. They just would build me up and talk to me about Jesus and Jesus' walk. And I would sit at different coffee shops with these great men of Christ, and that's what I was looking for. I felt this burning desire in my heart, and I knew if I showed up that we were gonna, you know, be serious about, you know, the teachings of Christ and everything that he is meant for. Since I got involved with the Timothy Network, I've been able to reach a couple guys that I had met through other things, addiction and the sorrows that I had. And it's gotten me excited, it's gotten them excited, because I can hear it in their voice. The Timothy Network has helped me to reach these guys, and they're excited. And I actually go to 3 different studies a week. It's just, it is totally up to my game with God, with Jesus, with people, with relationships with my mother, with my kids. Those relationships were broken. They were broken. And you know, learning more and being able to spend time with these men and love on each other the way that I believe that we should, has helped me tremendously to grow.